During one of my daily practices of pretending to be a crab at Saxe Point, I was ruminating on how better to connect with nature. And I thought there is no better way to learn about something than to judge it. So I would like to invite you on this journey of me looking at all of the crabs that I found during my snorkel and judging them based off of their vibes, their activities, and their appearance. Thank you. So we found this guy almost immediately, and I'm gonna give him a 4 out of 10 because he really embarrassed me in front of Victoria by not letting go of the bull kelp, and that made me look really bad, so I did not appreciate that. One thing you will notice about northern kelp crabs, they have such a smooth back, like there's nothing growing on it. And the only exception to this is sometimes they'll put snacks on their back for later, and then they'll just reach around with their long pinchy grabbers and snack on it throughout the day. So it's like having little snacks in your backpack. It's pretty cute. Their front legs are 1.5 times their body length, so that's pretty cool. They're very, very leggy, part of the spider crab family. But yeah, this one's a cutie, but I mean, I don't know, he was being kind of bratty. I did not appreciate it. So pretty though. Look at him go. Yeah, we tried to help get him back on the bull kelp, but he struggled a lot. Not a natural athlete. I don't know, he's doing okay. Come on, buddy. Like, I know how it goes. He falls off. I don't know why I'm thinking this time's gonna be different. No, he just can't get a grip. Oh, there he goes. Yeah. Woo! Ah, amazing. Never seen peak athleticism like this before. Whew. And here we have our very first red rock crab. As you might notice, it's missing a claw. That is okay though, they do grow back between molts, so as long as this crab keeps eating and keeps molting, it'll get a second claw. To preface, red rock crabs mostly eat mollusks, and we have a lot of California mussels on the island, which have very thick shells. So they need a tremendous pinching power to break the shell. They can even break a human finger. And look who's smiling and getting sloppy with her holding technique. And there's the pinch. So it was purely defensive. They pinched defensively. I did not like it. 0 out of 10 crab. And this was a brief glimpse of a decorator crab, but it's so cool because you'll notice the white on it, which is actually white sponge. And I've never seen that before, so 10 out of 10. And here we find ourselves a graceful kelp crab. So, like their name, they are graceful. They're track stars. They're tiny and spindly, and they are really scared of me. So this kelp crab's a 10 out of 10. He's just snacking. Usually in the winter, they eat barnacles and mollusks, and in the spring, summer, they eat algae. This guy's just taking little bits of algae off the top of the rock. You'll notice he's more red, so he probably eats more red algae than the other kelp crab we saw. Now this northern kelp crab, we're gonna have to give a 5 out of 10. You'll notice that he's turning kind of gray-ish on his shell, and that means he hasn't molted in a while. So either he's not eating very well or he's lazy, and we love self-care. So now we all get to watch the most epic crab fight ever recorded. We have good versus evil, upright crab versus upside down crab. Yeah, there you go. So they're getting a little chippy with each other. They both want that space beneath the rock, and they're not willing to share. So northern kelp crabs are the chippier of the kelp crabs. Graceful kelp crabs don't like to get into fights. They're a little more skittish. These guys aren't afraid to get into a row with one another over kelp or space or women. Very admirable. 10 out of 10 fight. Just a nail biter. Now, the main predators of northern kelp crabs are sea otters and big fish like cabezons. So usually they don't pay much mind to snorkelers unless they are interrupting their snacking time, which I am. And this one did not appreciate that. But I thought he was really funny and adorable. So I'm going to give this guy an 8 out of 10. Yeah, such fierce claws. Ooh, quaking in my boots. Okay, I know it's another northern kelp crab. I know you've seen every single one in the whole ocean by now. Just hear me out. 6 out of 10 crab. It's got a 2-part stomach. So the front half of the stomach, after it picks its little seaweed bits, basically has a mill of teeth that grind it up into like a little paste. The gastric mill. Isn't that wild? Okay, we finally found another species of crab. And it's so funny, I didn't even notice this one. I was trying to film the ochre sea stars right below it. And then I was like, oh my God, there's a crab in my face. So he's done a very good job decorating with red algae here. All right, so using your critical eye, you'll notice that this is not a crab. It's just the biggest nudibranch I've ever seen in my life. So this is another lemon peel nudibranch, and they get their color from the sponges that they eat. So this one probably eats a lot of yellow slime sponges and breadcrumb sponges. And they only live about 1 year, so this one's getting up there. And please observe Victoria's demonstration on how to hold a crab when you don't want to get pinched. Thank you, Victoria. 11 out of 10 crab. I love the power pose. I felt very intimidated. Graceful fall. I'm threatened. Okay, this is the last northern kelp crab for real this time. And I included it because I thought it was a beautiful moment of interspecies connectivity between Victoria and this crab. Look at that. Just a little bit more. If only that bull kelp wasn't a stump. Oh, now he looks kind of dejected. I feel bad. And here's an 11 out of 10 lad. This is a hermit crab. They are not true crabs. They're called social crustaceans. This is just a beefcake of a kelp crab. 10 out of 10. And the crab taking home the gold today is the helmet crab. Covered in bristles, defensive tank, no claws whatsoever. This guy cannot fight. He can hide. He prefers to freeze, just like right now. And by judging all these crabs, we were able to notice a lot of little details about them that tell us about their health and how they're interacting with the environment. Crabs are really important nutrient recyclers that help the health of the shorelines. So let's all try and be a little more crabby in our lives. Thank you.